Good afternoon. Air Force One becoming a familiar sight and getting ready to land at Palm Beach International Airport the third weekend in a row for President Trump to be coming to his Mar-a-Lago club and see cast over any presidential arrival and visit. And certainly this is going to become a familiar sight as he visits here. But the bubble. And that as we watch Air Force One, always a majestic sight as Air Force One comes into PBIA. Brian, one of the critiques has been many presidents, President Obama and others, quickly got back out on the trail. The argument is they had perhaps more substantive things to talk about policy-wise. In terms of the president's remarks yesterday, and we'll do a little preview of To the Point here, and really going after the media as Air Force One touches down here at Palm Beach International Airport right at 3:30 on the nose. Air Force One.
Drivers on I-95 are very excited at this moment.
Yes. A lot of backed up
and
traffic.
it brings into, you know, everybody's in place now, and the lockdown is in place, and all the restrictions are in place, effective immediately.
And there we see Air Force One rolling out. You see his military aides there. President Donald Trump arriving here at Palm Beach International Airport. You hear the chants from some supporters. Trump, Trump, Trump from his supporters. And he'll be interviewing some of those NSA candidates, heading up for a 5 p.m. rally in Melbourne tomorrow, a revisit of a campaign stop I was at the airport there. He'll now arrive on Air Force One, the first time in 30 years in Melbourne on Saturday for the president, who wants to go back and re-energize himself with a campaign-style event.
7 Republican-leaning states now moving to block sanctuary cities. This after President Trump's executive order that strips federal grant money to sanctuary cities. Similar legislation has been introduced in Florida, Ohio, Tennessee, North Carolina, Iowa, Idaho, and Pennsylvania. Many GOP state lawmakers say they are inspired by President Trump's executive orders temporarily barring, that is, refugees and blocking immigration from 7 Muslim-majority countries.
This is News Channel 5 at 11.
Tonight, President Trump hosting the Prime Minister of Japan at Mar-a-Lago, the Winter White House. This as he ponders his next move in the legal battle over his temporary travel ban.
Firefighters in Palm Beach County are keeping a close watch on hotspots tonight. This comes after not 1, but 2 brush fires threatening nearby communities like this one.
Dry weather continues across South Florida. I'll let you know when we can expect some rain this upcoming work week.
Millions of Valentine's Day flowers that are being imported to our country are facing close government inspection. Find out why there's such close scrutiny.
Plus, Disney fans will have to set aside a little more money to enjoy the happiest place on earth. First at 11, though, we begin with breaking news. President Donald Trump and Japanese Prime Minister Abe addressing reporters just moments ago from Mar-a-Lago over a North Korean missile test.
I just want everybody to understand and fully know that the United States of America stands behind Japan, its great ally, 100%.
Minister Shinzo Abe calling the North Korean missile launch, quote, absolutely intolerable. President Trump speaking briefly after the Prime Minister, again reassuring that the U.S. stands with Japan. All of this was in response to reports that North Korea just fired a missile, possibly a ballistic missile, in what could be an extension of efforts to advance its missile technology. We'll have more on the President's Day in just minutes.
Now to the latest on the brush fires. News Channel 5's Jacqueline Powell is live in Palm Beach Gardens. That's where firefighters are still keeping an eye on one of them tonight. Jacqueline?
Hey, good evening, Tanya. We're in the Paloma subdivision here in Palm Beach Gardens.
On one, none of these deals will we get caught in quicksand, where we get mired in and we can't do anything about it. Like, by the way, NAFTA.
We begin with breaking news off the top here at 6 o'clock. This is President Donald Trump in Melbourne, calling this visit part of his thank you tour.
Now he's at the Melbourne airport. Let's listen in for a moment.
Killing our companies and really, really hurting our workers. We're going to end it. Within a few days of taking the oath of office, I've taken steps to begin the construction of the Keystone and the Dakota Access Pipelines.
We are streaming the president's speech on our Facebook page, mobile app, and on our website, WPTV.com. Of course, we will have more on President Trump's remarks coming up in a live report. President Donald Trump stumping, well, so to speak, this evening in the Sunshine State at a rally in Melbourne.
The president speaking about 5:45 is when he began his message. He is still speaking right now. News Channel 5's Alex Hagan is live in Melbourne with what the president has said so far. Alex.
Well, John and Tanya, the president has been speaking for roughly 20 minutes or so right here at the Orlando Melbourne International Airport in Melbourne. This is called a campaign-style rally. I'm actually going to step out of your way. I'm going to take you straight to his speech here. He's been speaking again for about 20 minutes or so. We're going to take a live look in.
Forget about the companies. What did it mean? It meant no jobs. It meant companies leaving our country and going to foreign countries to do things that they'd rather do here. So we're going to have a whole big situation. We are going to unfree all of those companies. They are going to be, they're going to have freedom. They're going to be able to build what they want to build. It'll be environmentally friendly, and we're going to start producing jobs like you've never seen before. That's going to happen. That was a big deal. We're standing up for the incredible men and women always of law enforcement.
Okay, so listening to President Donald Trump on the stage here at Orlando Melbourne International Airport, rallying his supporters. You've seen hundreds of people out here listening to his speech here this evening. Again, speaking for about 25 minutes or so, talking about a number of issues, hitting on a little illegal immigration, talking about jobs, of course, rallying his supporters, calling this a message for the American people. Of course, we're going to be here for the rest of the speech. We're going to wrap this up tonight at 11. The president going to head back to Mar-a-Lago, where he's expected to interview several candidates for the National Security Advisor position after Michael Flynn resigned earlier this week. Again, the president speaking here at Orlando Melbourne International Airport. We'll bring you a live wrap-up tonight at 11 o'clock. For now, we're live in Melbourne. Alex Hagan, WPTV, News Channel 5.
This is News Channel 5 at 11.
Thousands turn out for President Donald Trump's campaign-style rally in Melbourne tonight. The message he's taking directly to supporters.
Plus, the latest on the search to find who killed an Indian River County Sheriff's deputy. Details you'll see only on 5.
I'm tracking some rain on the radar. I'll let you know if this will affect your Sunday plans.
And trending now, could Bono have found what he's looking for in our new vice president?
Fans flock to see spring training baseball in West Palm Beach. I'm Jason Hackett. What they're saying about our new field of dreams.
Your news at 11 starts right now.
We are not going to let the fake news tell us what to do, how to live, or what to believe. We are free and independent people, and we will make our own choices.
We begin with President Donald Trump holding a campaign-style rally in Melbourne, calling it a message of unity.
And as News Channel 5's Alex Hagan reports, thousands turned out to hear the president and voice their support.
The president has been in office for nearly a month, and he's actually been in Florida 3 times since Inauguration Day.
His poll numbers showing conflicting reports on how voters feel about the president. The latest Rasmussen report, daily presidential tracking poll, showing that 55% of likely U.S. voters approve of the president's job performance, 45% disapproving. The poll also says most voters support the president's plan to temporarily halt refugees and visas from 7 Middle Eastern and African countries. Now, not all polls agree. The latest Gallup poll showing that President Trump's job approval rating since taking office is at just 40%. Now, no arrests tonight after a fatal shooting in Fort Pierce. Police say someone opened fire at a party at an apartment on the 400 block of North 22nd Street. Police say 26-year-old George Collins was killed. 2 others treated and released.
Heavy rainfall causing more concerns for yet another dam in Northern California. The Anderson Reservoir in Santa Clara County began to spill over for the first time in nearly 11 years.
Oh my gosh! Oh, there goes the tree.
A massive landslide cascades down in the mountain in San Bernardino County, California.
And we begin with breaking news at 6 o'clock. President Donald Trump aboard Air Force One just left Palm Beach International Airport a few moments ago, heading back to our nation's capital. We brought you the president's departure live again just moments ago. The president spending the weekend at his Mar-a-Lago estate, a very busy weekend hosting the Prime Minister of Japan.
Now, in a tweet that appears to be sent from his motorcade as it traveled down Southern Boulevard past supporters and protesters, President Donald Trump said that the fake news media is refusing to cover big crowds of enthusiastic supporters that line the road. Some of the president's supporters were on Bingham Island, which sits just west of Mar-a-Lago.
This is News Channel 5 at 11.
President Trump back in the nation's capital tonight after a weekend at Mar-a-Lago. Tonight, his parting shot on Twitter before leaving PBIA for the White House.
A Boca Raton neighborhood on watch tonight. I'm Jacqueline Powell. See what neighbors are calling a threatening hate crime.
After a dry weekend, some rain chances creeping back into the picture. I'll let you know when.
There are apps that can help block those annoying telemarketers from calling you. We'll tell you which ones work the best.
But first, we begin with breaking news in Palm Beach Gardens. Traffic now moving again after a two-vehicle crash. One person confirmed dead and another injured. It happened on I-95 northbound near PJ Boulevard around 6:30 this evening. According to a tweet from state transportation officials, the crash blocked all northbound lanes of I-95 just beyond PJ Boulevard. Trauma hawk was requested.
Also, we're following breaking news out of Northern California. Officials there have ordered 130,000 residents near one of the nation's biggest dams to evacuate. This happening in the town of Oroville over what's being called a hazardous situation developing after an emergency spillway severely eroded. California Department of Water Resources says the emergency spillway of the Oroville Dam could fail, unleashing uncontrolled floodwaters from the area.
Only on 5, no one likes them. Telemarketers that call your cell phone. But did you know that there are apps that can help block them from calling you?
Tonight, consumer reporter John Matarese shows us which ones work best.
President Donald Trump at his Mar-a-Lago estate on Palm Beach today interviewing new candidates for a national security advisor after firing General Mike Flynn.
President also working on a new executive order to reinstate the temporary travel ban from 7 mostly Muslim countries. Jennifer Johnson has the story.
Ladies and gentlemen,
President Trump in Florida interviewing at least 4 candidates for national security advisor to replace General Mike Flynn. Those include acting advisor Lieutenant General Keith Kellogg, Lieutenant General Robert Caslin, the superintendent of West Point, Army Lieutenant General H.R. McMaster, and former Ambassador John Bolton.
We will fight hatred with love.
As more pro-Muslim rallies are held, the White House is working on a new executive order to reactivate its controversial travel ban from 7 mostly Muslim countries. And there are new concerns tonight over proposed guidelines for deporting undocumented immigrants. Draft memos from the Homeland Security Secretary call for speeding up deportation hearings and prosecuting parents who pay smugglers to get their children in.
If these memos go forward, and even if they don't, their intent is to create fear and chaos in communities across the country.
The White House says it has raised objections to some of those directives, and nothing's been finalized.
When the media lies to people, I will never, ever let them get away with it.
At a rally in Florida Saturday, the president again blasted the press.
What we've been through over the last 10 days has been unbelievable. The leaks, the fake stories, the anonymous accusations, that stuff is bad.
But the White House says Mr. Trump still believes in the First Amendment.
The president is expected to sign his new travel ban executive order within the next few days, one the White House believes will hold up in court. In Washington, Jennifer Johnson, WPTV News Channel 5.
This is News Channel 5 at 11.
A busy working weekend for President Donald Trump at his Mar-a-Lago estate, but see why protecting the president is leading to more complaints miles away from Palm Beach.
A Boynton Beach community in disbelief after another violent shooting. Tonight, the reminders of the violence and why neighbors say they fear it's not over.
A quiet night tonight. I'll let you know if there are any rain chances coming up this upcoming week.
Tonight, a new blackmail plot targeting cheaters, how police are using social media to help figure out who's behind the scam.
Right now, a Boynton Beach community in disbelief tonight after a deadly shooting last night. It happened in the 1600 block of Northeast 4th Court.
Now, this comes on the heels of 2 other recent shootings. News Channel 5's Alyssa Hyman joining us live from the Boynton Beach Police Department with what neighbors are telling her tonight. Alyssa.
Well, this is the third violent shooting here in Boynton Beach in less than a month's time.
Dressed in white wedding gowns and black tuxedos, the pets got married during the Pet Valentine 2017 event in Peru. Cute cake.
Cute cake. We'll be right back.